What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jay Costa here. Thank you so much for watching. Today I wanted to go over an investment retirement account that is for self-employed individuals like myself, gig workers, side hustlers, real estate professionals, anyone basically that is self-employed and gets a 1099 and wants to save for retirement, as well as at the same time saving as much as humanly possible to pay to the federal government in taxes. This video is for you, and I am talking about the SEP IRA. As a self-employed individual myself, I've been using the SEP IRA for a while now with great success. It allows me to save for retirement and get a huge break on my taxes for that year. I've been using the SEP IRA for a while now. I try to max it out every single year, especially on the years that I have a huge tax bill coming up. In this video, we're gonna talk and discuss about what a SEP IRA is, the pros and cons of a SEP IRA, whether or not you should open one, as well as how you could save tens of thousands of dollars this year on taxes by opening a SEP IRA. Before I start, if you get any enjoyment and value out of this video, please hit that like button down below and think about subscribing to the channel. It greatly helps me out in regards to building this channel going forward. On this channel, we talk about investing, real estate, as well as just general entrepreneurship. So if those things interest you and you want to learn more and follow as we grow as a community, hit that subscribe button and I greatly appreciate it. Also, before I begin, little disclaimer here, I am not even anything close to a CPA, a certified public accountant. So please do your own research on your own tax situation. I just wanted to share with you what I've learned from my own situation as well as my own research. I want to share how the SEP IRA has benefited me and any sort of advantages or disadvantages that it has, as well as any things that I would do differently if I can go back. First, what is a SEP IRA? A SEP IRA is basically a traditional IRA, but for self-employed individuals like myself. So if you get a 1099 or if you have a side hustle in addition to your 9-to-5 W-2 job, you could use a SEP IRA in order to save for retirement as well as save on taxes. So what are the benefits of a SEP IRA? Well, the biggest benefits to a SEP IRA are tax related. After all, the SEP IRA is a tax deferred and tax advantaged account. It allows self-employed individuals to reduce their tax bill now as well as save for retirement and take advantage of compounding interest and stock market gains over the decades. The SEP IRA's #1 advantage over a traditional IRA or many other IRA accounts is the contribution limits. The contribution limits are way higher for a SEP IRA when compared to a traditional IRA. You can contribute to the SEP IRA just like you can to a traditional IRA, but the contribution limits are much higher, and that is the biggest advantage for the SEP IRA. The max contribution for a SEP IRA is 20% of your total net income or $58,000, whichever one is lower. It's $58,000 for 2021, and actually, for 2022, they've increased it to $61,000, so keep that in mind for next year. Now, your contribution to your SEP IRA is tax deductible, so whatever you contribute to it, you'll be able to deduct off of your income on your tax returns, leaving you with a much lower tax bill. But keep in mind, you will have to pay taxes in the future when you start taking money out of the SEP IRA after you're 59.5. Another great benefit of the SEP IRA is the ease of setup and the ease of administration, especially when you compare it to its bigger brother, the solo 401k or a 401k through an employer. It is much easier for a self-employed individual like myself to set up a SEP IRA account when comparing to setting up a traditional 401k or a solo 401k. Much less paperwork and way quicker and easier. The other great news to the SEP IRA is you can contribute up to the day that you have to file your taxes for that year. So if it's April 15th, you can contribute in April 15, 2022 for the tax year of 2021. It's a great way to reduce your tax bill last minute, like I usually do. So what are the disadvantages of a SEP IRA? As stated, the SEP IRA is created for people who run and operate their own business. Now, this can include both a single person business or a multiple employee business. But if you are a multiple employee business, you are required with a SEP IRA to contribute the same amount for all your employees as you do for yourself. But if you're a freelancer, a consultant, an individual contractor of any kind, just a one-person shop, so to speak, you do not have to worry about this and you get all the tax benefits for yourself. Another negative part of the SEP IRA is you can't make Roth contributions. Roth contributions are generally post-tax contributions that are able to grow tax-free in a retirement account, meaning you put money into the retirement account, you invest it, and when you start drawing on those funds, there is absolutely no tax owed to the government. But since your self-employment income is pre-tax, you are not able to contribute Roth contributions to a SEP IRA. Now, this is a pretty big drawback to the SEP IRA, especially when you compare it to the solo 401k. The solo 401k, you can make Roth contributions from what I've heard, but personally, I don't have any experience with a solo 401k. You also cannot take any loans from your SEP IRA. As I stated before, the SEP IRA was set up to be easy and simple when compared to the solo 401k. How do you open up a SEP IRA? You simply go to your brokerage like Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, what have you. You go to their website and it's very easy to open the SEP IRA, and you'll be able to fill out a simple application and you'll be able to contribute right away. For pretty much all retirement accounts, I'd really only suggest very broad index funds or mutual funds, and completely stay away from individual stocks in these retirement accounts. And here's why. Since retirement accounts are long-term accounts and long-term investment vehicles, it's best to stay in broad index funds and mutual funds that track major indices, because chances are long-term these indices are going to be up, where chances are on a lot of individual stocks they are not going to be up. Also, one of the few advantages of individual stocks over major broad indices is that if you have a loss, you can sell that stock and claim the loss for your taxes. You can't do this if it's in a retirement account. If the loss is in your retirement account, you cannot deduct that from your taxes. That takes away a big advantage for individual stocks. I would recommend what I've discussed in a previous video. I'll put a link up in the corner here. I would recommend having a 3-fund approach based on Jack Bogle's strategy. Have a certain percentage into the total US stock market, a certain percentage into the total international stock market, and a certain percentage into bonds. Some great ETFs to use for this strategy are VOO or VTI, VXUS, and BND. These are all Vanguard ETFs, but other brokerages have ETFs that are very similar. Personally, in my SEP IRA, I'm holding about 85% in IVV and ITOT, which is just the Fidelity iShares version of the VOO and VTI ETFs. And I also have 15% of my retirement account in tech ETFs like QQQ and VGT. Some would not approve of having something like QQQ in a retirement account, but it really just depends on your risk tolerance. When can you use the money in your SEP IRA? As stated previously, a SEP IRA is set up very similarly to a simple traditional IRA, where you can't withdraw your funds from the account until you're 59 and a half. If you want to take money out before you're 59 and a half years old, you're going to have to pay taxes as well as a 10% penalty. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is the SEP IRA something that you're already using, or are you planning on using it? And if not, why not? That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you got value out of this video, please hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to keep track of my videos coming up soon. Like I said, this channel is about entrepreneurship, investing, and real estate. Until next time.